Hi, my name is Zulema Rueda, and I will be covering information on the initiative and referendum in the United States. I will provide you with a definition, how it is created, compare and contrast, discuss the pros and cons, and explain how the initiative and referendum support the direct democracy in the state of Arizona. Initiative, people introduce a law. People vote for this law to be accepted or rejected. Initiative gives people the power to introduce laws themselves. It can be voted on by the public. So instead of the government and the representatives deciding what laws we want and which laws are introduced, people can bypass them by getting signatures from the people. And if there's enough support, it can go on to a ballot where people can vote to accept or reject the new law. Referendum is a law that the government already passed. Citizens can vote on whether to keep it or remove that law. Referendum is an existing law, meaning if there's a law that has already been passed by the state, people might approve of that law and others might not. There can be a referendum on that law. Citizens can vote to keep that law or remove that law. There's different ways they are created. A referendum can be made in two ways. A referendum occurs when people vote to accept or reject a law already passed by the government. This can occur in two different ways. First, the legislative referendum occurs when the legislators decide to put a law on the voting ballot. Second, a popular referendum can occur when citizens get enough signatures on a petition to put a law passed by the legislature on the ballot. Regardless of the referendum, the government has already passed the law. This is where the citizens' vote is important since they are deciding to keep or remove that law. The initiative process gives citizens the power to make laws or change their state's constitution. In order to do this, citizens propose an initiative, usually called a proposition. Then they start a petition and gather signatures from citizens. Once the petition receives enough support, the initiative will appear on the ballot for voters to accept or reject the new law. Both the referendum and the initiative system allow citizens to have a direct say when it comes to making a law. This is what makes them um, really similar to each other. An initiative in an initiative is the method by which voters may propose new laws or amend existing laws by gathering signatures from registered voters to place the issue on the ballot. The person or the organization sponsoring this initiative must file these signatures with the Secretary of State at least 4 months prior to the next general election. If the person or organization submits enough valid signatures, a yes vote enacts the new law, or amendment, whether a no vote retains existing law. A referendum is the method by which voters may veto a law by gathering signatures from registered voters to place the issue on the ballot. The person or the organization seeking the referendum must file their signatures with the Secretary of State within 90 days. Once the organization submits enough valid signatures, the bill will be placed on the next general election ballot. A yes vote always allows the laws to go into effect, and a no prevents the bill from going into effect. There's pros and cons to each one of them. Referendum, the pros would be power is put into the people's hands, holding lawmakers accountable, and all voters are equal. The cons of a referendum would be may split the population and polarize the states. Initiative, the pros would be every American citizen can vote, people can make decisions, people get what they want, all votes are equal. The cons would be people can be misinformed, have limited knowledge, and people will not always vote. Another con would be sometimes people are not correct. What people think is good for them is not necessarily what it is. People will feel discouraged to vote based on the policy and might not feel that it's important. Initiative and referendum support the idea of direct democracy since it allows citizens' voices to be heard. Citizens have the right to propose a new law or to veto a law. Through direct democracy, people get to vote on important bills, laws, and policies. This allows people the power to represent themselves. The Arizona Constitution is made up of 30 articles setting states' formal rules affecting government power and structure and citizens' participation. This is what makes each constitution unique.